welcome to Flicks on Tap.
Oh, I love your cadence, dude. Welcome to Flicks on. That's good, dude. Welcome.
I think right now I was just thinking as the intro plays, I want to have like.
Almost fell.
How did you do that, dude? We haven't had the beers yet.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
The beer has not been busted into.
I know.
You're over here tripping and falling. Should I take that from you?
You didn't see me just chug a beer before the podcast.
Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, during the intro, I was thinking to myself, we should do some kind of montage to get us going in the vibe for our intro from now on.
Like a video montage? Yeah. Instead of us just awkwardly dancing. You don't like that?
I mean, it could work.
No. I feel you, dude.
But today we have a cool episode. We are going to be reviewing a movie I had seen before. I thought it was right up Evan's alley. He'd never heard of it, so I was shocked. And I was like, we have to watch this. Might as well watch it and talk about it for the podcast.
Yeah, man.
I'm talking about the Coen brothers movie Inside Llewyn Davis, which is an absolute great movie. We'll be getting into all of that. We'll be discussing some beers from one of the first one's from one of our favorites we've discussed on this podcast before, Pizza Port.
Pizza Port, and absolutely.
Then, I forget what the other one even is, so we'll
we
get
love
to that
Pizza
eventually.
Port. And Pizza Port is kind of a home turf for me, dude. We have Pizza Port out in El Segundo.
Yep.
And I lived like, a half a block or a couple blocks away from it. And it was awesome.
Yeah. And as we discussed before, when this was not so much a movie podcast, the Pizza Port is actually one of the pioneers of beer and the way we talk about it. Craft beer, at least, I should say. But what do you think? We're good to crack them open and get talking or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear yourself in your headphones?
No, I cannot.
Keep going.
Okay.
How you sounding, buddy?
That's my headphones making that noise then. My mic or something.
I can't help but laugh at this.
All right. I mean, I'm just...
Let's stop this. Hold on. Let's pause.
Are you serious?
Hold on. Before we pour it.
Any of that caught?
We're good.
All right, cool. Let's just keep it going. That's going to be in the video. I don't even care because it's just too much work for me to edit the
just
sound.
bleep it out.
Yeah, just like because editing the sound last time when we had the little errors.
Yo, dude, we can do that
fun.
for sure. We were ticked off, dude.
Angry. Yes. Tonight was a challenge to get this going.
Yo, okay, so I forgot some things that we need, such as the basic necessary.
I'm getting into this beer, dude. I'm too angry tonight.
Yeah. Let's do it. The basic necessities of a podcast, which is headphones and a cord to plug the headphones in. Yeah, I forgot them. So if I don't know I can't think of people who do that for a living, what their jobs are. But if I was if I was an engineer, no, yeah, it wasn't good.
It's not your fault though, dude. Like you said, something happened.
But then all of a sudden, we're about to pour our beer, and the cord started freaking out. So I don't know. I think we're all good, but first world problems.
Anyways, like I was saying, Pizza Port tonight. This one is called Everyday Enjoyment IPA, 7%. It's being poured out of a pint can.
Yeah.
Has some great artwork on it. Evan always loves talking about the artwork. And the Pizza Port has like a very unique style that they always stick to. This is no different. We got that classic Pizza Port style of art. Got some surfers on there. Got the ocean, mountain. Got some Hawaiian style flowers, some palm trees, and a red sky telling me it's like probably sunset or something. And we are drinking these out of our Tekus, which is my favorite glass to drink beer out of now. So let's have our first impressions. The color is also extremely yellow. Looks like it has a bit of a haze to it. So let's test these out. Cheers.
There you go.
No sound on
I always expected it to be clinky.
Me too.
Oh, it's pretty good, dude.
It's refreshing.
It's kind of what we need to calm our bodies, minds.
To me, it has a little bit of the sweetness that you expect from like a very mild hazy. It's not overbearingly sweet, and there is that hoppy earthiness that I enjoy to it, and they kind of go together to give the beer a very very enjoyable taste. It's slightly sweet, moderately hoppy. I like it. It's good.
I like it. It's good.
I like it. It's good. I forget. There's a third thing that I say, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, what did you say?
That's all good.
Only true fans know.
Yeah, somebody who listened might know better than me.
Yeah, we got our first poll. Someone requested a movie.
So I put out a couple options on our YouTube channel. under the community tab, which I didn't even really know was a thing until the other day. I just asked what movie we should watch, listed a few options, and we got one response, a whopping one response. And it looks like we're watching Pulp Fiction next. So if you're a fan of Tarantino, Pulp Fiction, or any of his movies, that style of movie, join us, because that is going to be a very rich conversation. That movie has so much you can talk about. But before we get into that, let's start talking about Inside Llewyn Davis, directed by the Coen brothers. I believe it came out in 2013, starring Oscar Isaac, Carey Mulligan, Justin Timberlake. Who else? Adam Driver's in there for a few minutes.
Yeah, fun, really unexpected cast.
Yeah, I forgot about Adam Driver being in that. I had watched this a long time ago. Totally didn't even know who Adam Driver was when I watched this initially, so super surprised when I saw him in there. And I loved his part. He was just like, outer space. And I burped in that one. I screwed it up.
You did. that sounded crazy, dude.
But anyways, if you've seen the movie, Adam Driver has some crazy ad-lib singing where he's like, outer space. And he's like, shoot. Sure.
This is his big break.
Yeah, dude.
This is the movie that got him the part in Star Wars.
I honestly think this is the movie that made Oscar Isaac big. And now that you just said that, dude, Oscar Isaac was in Star Wars too.
Oh,
so they were alongside each other before Star Wars. I never realized that until right now.
That's true. I mean, they were in separate films, I think. No, weren't they the same film?
They're both in Force Awakens. He was Poe, the fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what you call his role exactly. And he was Kylo Ren. So they were in the same few films together.
That must be crazy to see, because he was not the star in that movie. Adam Driver had a very
minimal role.
Yeah. It was like
he was like a passing folk singer who was there, and Llewyn Davis, which was Oscar Isaac's character, the title character, he just asked them if he had a couch. And he was like, yeah. He was like, can I sleep on it for the night? And he went and slept on his couch.
Yeah, that's how I am. I like to sleep on couches.
I don't think you sleep on a stranger's couch like that, though. I don't know. Correct me if I was wrong. I felt like they had just met when he asked if he could sleep on his couch.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
It felt like they had met through that one friend that Justin Timberlake played. It didn't feel like they were very established in their relationship.
Yeah, you might be right about that. How did you feel about Justin Timberlake's character?
He felt kind of... if you've seen the movie, he plays a character named Jim. He's in like this duo with his wife, who Llewyn Davis is cheating. She's cheating on her with Llewyn Davis, who's the main character. They're all friends somehow. And anyways, Justin Timberlake's character, he plays like a gullible role, I guess, because he's like right there. I don't know if you remember this. There's a scene where Llewyn Davis asks Justin Timberlake's character, Jim, for money. And the money's for the abortion for his wife. And like, that's kind of messed up, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up.
It doesn't get more messed up than that.
Yeah.
Good I mean, yeah, I forgot about that part. I was just so entranced by the music. I mean,
music was beautiful.
It was so good. Peter, Paul, and Mary cover song, 500 Miles. But it's folk. It's like authentic folk, man.
I like I like that main song from it. The I think it's called "Hang Me, Oh Hang Me."
Yeah,
the one that Oscar Isaac sings.
Is it the first one we see?
I believe so. I think it's the first one right at the opening.
Yeah, we've done a lot of music movies.
We have, and that's just totally coincidental. I've been really into them too, actually. I still want to watch La La Land, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But anyways, Oscar Isaac, great job portraying this character.
It makes you think he was a real. You think he's an actual singer from that time.
I feel like, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the whole movie encapsulated the time frame. So this place takes place in the 60s. I believe 61 exactly. I'm not positive off the top of my head. But he is like the struggling musician in the folk scene in New York at this time. And I guess that was like a really big deal during this time period. However, what you got to consider a lot as you're like listening to what they're saying throughout the film, you're realizing that this is about to be the end of that era. The guy who owns that Gaslight Cafe, which is where they all sing at, he was saying something about how like, oh, folk music doesn't bring any money in here anymore and stuff like that. So they're all like trying to make it big in something that's actually dying off. So that's really interesting. But so that's a good aspect of the movie that I enjoyed too. I don't know. I was watching this and I was kind of realizing like I really enjoy this movie a lot. And why do I enjoy these like really lonely, depressing movies? You ever notice that?
Do you feel like it lets you live vicariously through these?
Yeah, but why would I want to do that? Because like it's similar to Taxi Driver in that you're following this alone character around the whole way. There's no plot.
Maybe that's why you like it.
Maybe, but there's no plot. Like you're just following these guys throughout their life. I read somewhere this whole movie takes place in 1 week in his life, and he's just doing his thing. Like, we see him singing, and I think that's what's really cool too. The cinematography is phenomenal. Right off the bat, we're introduced to him in this in that cafe where he's singing. The lighting is insane. The cinematography is beautiful, but there's like this like dreariness to it. And it's like dark, shadowy, and it kind of introduces the vibe for the whole movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and does the movie to go full circle? Does it end at the beginning?
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, so that last scene is also the first scene.
That's cool. I haven't seen a movie do that in a long time. I don't remember.
But at the same time, I think it's showing, like, how his life is a cycle. You know what I mean? Like
you think there's like
there's something there, I think,
art to that,
because he's like, so throughout the whole movie he's doing his thing, trying to get music, and when Jean, his kind of like girlfriend affair thing, when she's telling him that she got him the gig, that is the last scene and first scene, he's like, oh, so I'm just gonna play the Gaslight for the 400th time or something, and they're just like, yeah. And then so to me it's just showing, like, since it was the beginning and the end scene, it's kind of like what he's doing, you know, the beginning and the end of the movie. He does it all the time, apparently. And it's just showing us that it just kind of blends together. I don't know. That's my kind of take on that. I haven't thought about it too deeply, but
yeah,
kind of makes sense to me a little bit.
I do. I mean, it's cool. It's simple. And it is interesting to see that there's not a whole lot of plot twists. It's just a dude doing his thing, going through some motions.
There was one kind of plot twist. You know what I'm talking about? When he went to go see the abortion doctor.
Oh, yeah.
That one kind of hit me.
Yeah.
I forgot about that even
Can
happening.
we say it on here?
Yeah, dude. This movie's 11 years old now. If you want to skip like 30 seconds forward, go for it. But otherwise, there's the scene where he goes to the abortion doctor and he's getting ready to pay for Jean's abortion. And the doctor's like, nope, it's on the house. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, your last one? She didn't go through with it. And he's like, he's not getting it at first, and the audience gets it before him, right? Like, we're just like, oh no. Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? And the doctor's like trying to like ease him into it, and he's like, no way.
I liked what you said. So that's a writer's technique, huh?
Oh yeah.
To get the audience to get in on it.
The audience clearly gets it, and he's just still kind of lost. He's just like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
And you just realize that already. Like, no, he has a kid somewhere.
So that kid's got to be like 3 years old at that point?
I think he said it was 2 years ago.
Man, that'd be interesting to find out your dad. So I wonder if she knew. She didn't know he was her dad then, or the kid didn't know.
Who knows, dude? Who knows what the story is? There's just events like that.
Because if he ends up making it big with a song, then it's like,
right,
what a trip.
But I think that was the point of the movie. I don't think he's gonna make it big. I think.
Yeah, true.
I think the whole point of the movie
true.
He's an everyday guy.
That is a good point.
Who does his thing, and he's one of the 100 million starving artists who just never make it.
Yeah. I get you.
One line that stuck out to me from the movie was when he was complaining that his dad just exists, and his sister got all mad. And she's like, how do you just exist? But to me, that makes a lot of sense. When someone's an artist, they want to make it big, and to them, not making it big in their space is just like, you're just floating through life, like the rat race type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, that was really cool. I like that aspect of the movie a lot. I think that's something that's relatable to a lot of people. Anyone who has a passion can see, like, okay, this is hard. He's doing his thing. It's not happening for him. And I think that's really enjoyable to watch and see how other people deal with that maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I think you're right. I wonder how many musicians in our, I think this is definitely, it almost feels like an artist film, like for the creators, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, so the Coen brothers have a bunch of crazy, great movies like this one. This is probably, in my opinion, like their most underrated and underappreciated film. They have a lot of good ones. The Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men, Hail Caesar, but none of them quite feel like this. This feels very personal, intimate. It just feels like they have a connection to this at a different level, which I really enjoyed. And it felt raw, and that was really needed. Going back to the cinematography, they really just captured him in the coloring of the film. Even that blue vibe that was going on throughout, it was like filtered blue a little bit. That was probably just to capture the winter, but you can argue that it reflects his mood as well as his like personality. Because I don't know if you were picking up on this, but he was kind of like super rude throughout.
He was. Yeah, there were some scenes where, I mean, and then there were a couple moments here and there where you like him.
Mm-hmm.
you know, he
Because
seems
he's just so real. That's the
he
thing.
seems genuine. Yeah.
Although he's saying stuff where it's just like, ooh, would you really say that? So there's moments in your life where you wanna say something like that.
He's probably jaded because of his lack of success,
100%.
right?
And that's the thing. Like, people were making it around him.
Yeah.
Like, there was that one guy on the army. I think he was like an army dude.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about how someone was, I think it was Bud Grossman, the guy
Yeah.
we meet later on, who he's trying to get to manage him. He was talking about how he's interested in him and stuff. And when he's singing on stage, he's telling Justin Timberlake's character, like, what's so good about this guy? And he's like, in that stage, you can kind of see the jealousy about it. He's like, why is he better than me? Which, in my opinion, you know more about music than me. Were any of them better than the others, or were they all just like really good? I felt like they were all equally good. Like, Oscar Isaac was awesome. Justin Timberlake was great. That army dude was good.
Yeah, I think sometimes charisma just shines through on stage, and sometimes people can tell your charisma. Like you're more than just a voice kind of deal. Like that guy, I think had a little more light to him,
I feel you.
which
Okay.
some people might like. But
Yeah, I see
I don't
that.
know. I don't know if that's why, but
But this also goes back to the whole Bud Grossman thing, where you got to think about this being a period piece, 1961.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this. This stuck out to me. Bud Grossman, who's like this huge, big time guy. He's based off a real person. I forget the actual guy's name. It is something Grossman as well. But he managed Peter, Paul, and Mary. He managed Bob Dylan, the real life counterpart of this guy. But anyways, he goes to see him. He tries to get hired on, picked up by him, whatever you call it. And he like tells him to join a trio essentially.
yeah,
And then he tells him, stay out of the sun. Did you catch that?
no.
That's telling him like you're too dark skinned already. Like he wants him whiter.
Oh wow.
And so I'm wondering if that plays a role in his failures up until that point.
Wow.
Because he is not necessarily a white guy like Justin Timberlake. He's
Yeah.
not as white as that army dude. He's got a darker complexion, curly brown hair. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. But I mean, they put it in the movie, so they want you to speculate on that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's something to be said about that. Dang, that's interesting. Is this around the same time that Elvis was big?
Yeah, don't you remember? He asks the army dude. He goes, "Did you ever meet Elvis while you were in the army?"
Oh, that's
And
right.
the army dude hit me with this line that just felt so pretentious. He goes, "Private Presley." No, I did not meet Private Presley. And I was just like, "Come on, dude, that's cheesy."
Yo,
But that was a well written.
that's funny. Yeah, Elvis was actually stationed in Fort Ord, which is in Monterey, which is kind of
Really?
cool.
I had no
yeah,
idea.
it's cool.
That is cool.
But man, that's wild, dude. I don't remember that. How could I miss that? It's crazy. Did you ever see the Elvis movie? The movie
the Baz
about-
Luhrmann one,
Yeah.
the recent one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Called Elvis, I think.
Yeah.
It was good, huh?
I like Austin Butler. He was really good in that one. He's gonna be in something. I should have thought my thought out before I started that sentence. He's gonna be in.
Dune.
I saw he's in something.
He's in Dune.
Yeah, that. But there was an announcement like yesterday. He's gonna be in something that I was pretty excited about. I can't remember now.
Oh, cool. Elvis 2.
Elvis 2, Back from the Dead.
Yeah.
Was that insensitive?
No. No. I think it was said just right.
Elvis returns.
Elvis.
He plays the hologram at Coachella.
Did you see that? The Tupac hologram? Oh man. That was crazy actually.
Yeah.
When that came out, I was like, whoa.
You know what's crazier? Is
it-
that like a couple months ago, the guy who killed Tupac was arrested like down the street. from
Yeah. Yeah, in Henderson.
here. Yeah.
I
but
don't know why I'm yawning so much. Sorry guys.
down the street, dude.
What a trip, dude.
That's weird.
Man. Well, yeah. What happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas.
Apparently not anymore.
Apparently not. No.
No.
It makes the headlines.
And it goes into Henderson. Henderson
Yeah.
isn't Vegas technically.
Henderson's not like a dangerous place too. Like
It's the second safest city in the country.
yeah, this guy. So this guy, he was smart to move there because you know it's
Throw
off
him
the
off, dude.
it's
Throw him
off
off
the
the game.
radar.
Yeah.
Dang,
Like,
man.
Where would a murderer go? Not the second safest city in America, that's for sure.
Not down the street from John Carlo. Man, dude, crazy. Let's talk about this beer real quick again, because I like the can art. I wonder if this is a print picture of. Well, I don't. This doesn't look like El Segundo. It's just
It kind of gives me more of like a Hawaii vibe.
yeah.
The tree right here on this side,
Oh yeah, those are
and then that style of mountain looks extremely like the volcanoes in Hawaii, like the dormant ones.
Okay, well, yeah, you would know, man. You lived in Hawaii, so that's cool.
But overall, I enjoyed the beer. As you can see, oh, dude, you got a ways to go. Look at me. I'm almost done with my beer.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had more in the can. I thought I was pounding it.
No, it's because the Tekus are 12 ounces, not a pint. But
Okay, here we go.
That's the one downside.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That was a nice little slurp into the mic. I like that.
I'm tired. I need to wake up.
Yeah, you do, dude.
Give me some energy, bro. Cheers me, dude.
Yeah, let's cheers one more time. So
Finding these headphones was stressful. You guys don't know. We
They're really cool, too.
Special order these for our 20th recording. No, we
they're unique.
They're very unique. We went to Target and that was all they had.
I'm extra burpy tonight. This is weird.
Yeah, you're extra burpy. Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you, extra burpy. First name extra, last name burpy.
I'm kind of trying to set up my can.
Yeah, man. Let's get these guys a little drink. Oh, what's your advice for someone who's sleepy? Like, what do you do? What do you say? Like, get over it? Like, what do you?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't get sleepy at the hours you get sleepy at. When I get sleepy, it's usually appropriate to just go to bed.
It's 8:25. That's so late. What are you talking
That's
about?
early, dude.
Man, listeners, if, whoever feels inclined, tell us. Do you think 8:30 is early or late?
Dude, I go to sleep at 10. That's early.
That's crazy, dude. That's way too late. You're not allowed. You're no more. Dude, I'm declaring a new bedtime for you, and that is 8:30.
I started this list that I wanted to talk about on tonight's episode, but I never ended up getting around to finishing it. I was gonna rate the movies of the 2010s, since this was a 2010 movie that I'd forgotten about, but I actually truly love. So I was gonna go through and kind of rate them on the show. Let's since I didn't actually rate them yet, I have a list of things that I've seen. Let's do a little mini discussion on some of the movies of the 2010s that I think are really cool.
Okay.
And then if you think of anything, you can hit me.
Yeah.
This
You already know I'm down.
So, as I said, our next one is going to be Pulp Fiction. Stay tuned for that. So, there's some I forgot how many good movies actually came out in the 2010s. I always talk about how I feel like the 2010s were plagued with too much Marvel, which as I'm looking at my list, there's still so much Marvel, like the Black Panther, which I actually was not a fan of. Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Not a huge fan to rewatch it more than once. The Avengers, Infinity War, those were good. I actually enjoyed those. But let's see. So I think Joker, one of the best movies. Yeah. 2010s. What do you?
Aren't they making a sequel, by the way?
They are, and it looks so good.
Oh man.
There was this still image. It was Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga in costume.
Oh, that's cool.
Dancing in black and white, and the background looked theatrical. It looked like a fake background. It looks so cool. I'm so excited.
That's
for that.
the director of Hangover.
Yeah, Todd Phillips.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's cool.
But love Joker. What else? What else you got on there?
Just mentioned it.
Sorry,
La La Land. So
yeah,
that's a great one. Get Out is phenomenal.
That takes the cake. Get Out was good.
I think my favorite movie of the 2010s is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's on here. What else do we got? Got Nightcrawler. You ever seen Nightcrawler?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
The
Gyllenhaal.
Where he's the journalist?
Yes. That's a good movie. That's a shocking movie. So that's something.
His physique in that's crazy.
Yeah. That's something we can talk about. That movie reminds me of Taxi Driver a lot too, actually.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. Just his late at night doing his thing.
Yeah, he's super skinny.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. We had Logan was a good movie. It came out.
Logan was awesome.
Logan was a good superhero movie, which, like I said, you don't hear me say very often. We have The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling. Did you see that? Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one.
That was a period piece. It was 1970s detective stuff. It was good. It was actually really funny. It was directed by Shane Black, who I forget. He did something really big. He did Predator. That's what he did. He did Predator, Kiss Bang Bang, and Iron Man 3. And then he came back for Nice Guys. And Nice Guys was such a he departed so much from what he's normally used to. Oh, here we got another one from 2010s. We got Florida Project, which I've told you before is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a masterpiece, slice of life movie. Got Zootopia. That's up your alley.
I love Zootopia.
Yeah, Zootopia's awesome. Then we got The Irishman. Classic.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
so
one.
Good. Mid-90s. Love it. Jonah Hill's directorial debut.
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
a good movie. That one just like feels like my childhood almost. Skateboarding, hanging out, doing cool stuff. Then we have Boyhood. I told you about that one too. That one is a story because they actually filmed this over this young actor's life. So they took 12 years to make this movie called Boyhood.
Oh yeah.
Ethan Hawke plays the dad. It's good. It's a good movie. I believe it was Richard Linklater. But yeah, those are some good movies I like from the 2010s that we can probably touch on one day. I also was just saying earlier, we got to watch Disaster Artist for this show. That's one of my...
Yes.
I love that movie. That's one of my favorite comedies that recently came out.
Based off the cult classic, The Room.
The Room. And then Room was a movie with Brie Larson that came out in the 2010s. That was all right.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No.
So it's about this girl who was kidnapped and she had a daughter in captivity and she lived in a room with her daughter or son, I forget. But anyway, she had a kid in captivity and they escape at the end, I believe. I haven't seen it in a while. I only watched it once, but it's a good story. Interesting. Unique.
There was some unique. There was some heat in this past decade. We got some good stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What's that movie with Sandra Bullock? Where
Interstellar? No, was it? No.
No.
Are you talking about the outer space one? Was she in an outer space movie?
No, the one where you like can't talk.
Oh, shoot. What was that? Was that
You know
called
what I'm
Bird
talking
Box?
about? Was it you can't?
I didn't
you
watch
can't
it.
talk or you can't see.
As Look, I believe.
Oh, you
She had
can't
the
look.
blindfold on. I think, I don't know. I didn't watch it,
Bird
actually.
Box. Yeah,
It was Bird Box. Okay. I didn't watch that one.
it was good.
Interesting.
Let me get closer to the mic. It was very good.
What?
Now we're just going off. Thinking
Just
of
talking
movies.
about every movie. Yeah, it's cool.
Toy
We're talking
Story
about
4
movies.
was good, dude.
Didn't see Toy Story 4.
Are you kidding
Last one I
me?
saw was Toy Story 3. Yeah.
Did they make it? They're in talks for Toy Story 5 too.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. I can't believe they're still going. I thought they were like so over after 3 even.
You would think, but no matter what, people are gonna come back and watch it. Like, there's no way. 4 was good, so. Oh man.
Let's go back to our movie, Llewyn Davis.
Llewyn Davis. I wonder how they came up with that name.
So I'm glad you bring that up. It's actually, so it's called Inside Llewyn Davis. His name, I don't know how they came up with. The name of the movie, which is also Llewyn Davis's album in the movie, his one solo album that is not selling.
Oh.
So I was reading somewhere, I forget the guy's name, but this is based off of somebody real. Nothing besides the name is taken from this guy. So there was controversy. People who knew this guy were like, he was nothing like that. He was not bitter. He was not angry, blah, blah, blah. But it was just a jumping off point. The name, it was Inside, and then whatever this guy's name was his real album. And so they like saw that, and it was a guy who I guess was known. He did some music here and there. He trained people. Like I believe he trained Bob Dylan at one point, and he trained some other famous people throughout the 80s, but he never was anyone himself. And he had a book called he had an album called Inside, whatever his name was. Shoot, I can't believe I forgot his name. But that's the basis of Inside Llewyn Davis. So I don't know where they came up with the name Llewyn Davis, but it's the Inside Llewyn Davis is based off this guy's album and the fact that he was a no one in the music scene who never really amounted to much.
So real person.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good story itself.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some really interesting notes on how Llewyn Davis, that name came to be too.
The Jim and Jean were based off a real couple as well, I believe.
Oh, cool.
So there's like a lot of reality in the movie, but there's also just stuff that they just wrote, which it's the Coen brothers. They're gonna take their own liberties and put their own twist on stuff. They're fun.
Yeah.
Their movies are fun. This one was like the least fun of their movies that I can really remember, but it was still like a good time. It was very enjoyable.
Was Bob Dylan in the film?
So we were just listening to something about how they claim that he came up on stage right at the last scene, but I don't recall seeing that, and I'm bummed. We should have rewatched it before we started talking about it.
What was that? It's a podcast, so something in the moments or something little
I
moments.
can't remember. Greatest moments, something like that.
Yeah, but
sometimes when we're going to talk about a show, I like to see or a movie, I like to see what other people talk about it. So I just type in the name of the movie, and if something looks interesting, I'll listen to it, see what they're saying about it. But they like the movie a lot too. I like the movie a lot. I think that hopefully this movie gets like a bigger following later in its later years, just because it deserves it. It's so good, so well done. Cinematography is great. The performances are great. It has big name actors, so I can't believe more people haven't heard of it. I was so surprised you never heard of it, just because it's like it's about music and the type of music you enjoy as well. So
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot, man. Well, that's why I'm glad podcasts like ours exist, because we can hopefully help promote these movies getting some noticing. So
Yeah.
all million of our followers are gonna
Oh yeah,
jump
everyone's
on
gonna
it.
go watch it. It's gonna suddenly become like the biggest movie ever. Everyone's gonna be confused.
We're all of a
Like,
sudden,
why is this movie so big now?
yeah, because we're at 999,909. We just need one more follower, folks, and we reach our million.
Yeah. There we go. Be that million. Just hit the follow and the subscribe or whatever.
If you're our millionth subscriber, I will give you a piece. I'll give you a beer. I'll send you a beer.
Oh Lord, dude.
Man, it was good though. I mean, whenever those movies happen, I'm always curious. Like, is the guy actually singing? Like, was Oscar Isaac actually
Yeah, I want to know that
singing?
too.
I should have looked that up.
I feel like I feel like he was. Like
Yeah.
it felt raw. The performance was so realistic.
Wait,
but
didn't
then-
Oscar Isaac play a famous singer in? Oh, maybe I'm mixing it up with somebody else. There's this movie about these like college kids that they all met in
not sure what you're
college.
talking about.
Shoot, I can't remember what it's called, but there's some big actors in it.
I gotta see if Oscar Isaac was singing in Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yeah, check it out. I think there's another one he's in where he plays a famous musician as well, yeah, I don't know.
So Isaac and other cast members performed the music live and did not use lip syncing.
Wow,
That's cool. That's really good.
excuse my yawn. Yeah, I mean, you got Justin Timberlake in there doing his thing. That was cool.
That's true. That's a pretty big grab for a movie that didn't do as well as I believe it should have.
Yeah, because Justin Timberlake has starred in some big movies too.
Oh, yeah,
he's he's actually a star.
He's been in some bigger commercial successes as well, just like comedies and stuff.
Did you see Oscar Isaac's movie with the AI, or not the robot, or the
Oh yes, that was a good one. Ex Machina.
good
Is that the one?
Yeah, good
Yeah.
memory, dude. It was very good.
Yeah, there was a point in time where I was just like watching a bunch of those like movies that I heard were good, and they all kind of blended into me.
Yeah.
They blended into one for me for a while there. So yeah, I had a Ex Machina. That sounds right.
Good memory though
Yeah,
on the name.
yeah, that's a good movie. That reminds me of Her. Have you seen Her with Joaquin Phoenix?
No, I haven't yet.
That's a funny one, dude. He falls in
Or
love
he's-
with his operating system, which is voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
That's crazy, dude.
So funny. He's such a good actor. Joaquin Phoenix. I really want to watch Beau is Afraid, and I was listening to an interview with him and Ari Aster, and they seem to really vibe. So I want to see what performance that Ari Aster was able to pull from him for that movie.
Did you ever see that documentary? It's like a mockumentary where Joaquin Phoenix plays himself and he's trying to make like a rap album,
No, what the heck?
and it's
I never even heard of
he's
it.
just absurd.
What?
And it almost like it looks like he's really like annoying different celebrities. Like he's mean to them.
What?
And you think it's real at first.
Do you know
and
what it's called?
I think I forgot, but
Bro,
it's,
how do you bring this stuff up and not know? I need to know.
I know. I'm bad with names, dude.
That's
I
what
saw
I'll
a good
look it
chunk
up.
of it, and it's absurd, dude. We got to watch it. But
That reminds me of the Nicolas Cage movie where he like plays himself.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it. I want to watch that too.
It's like hysterically awesome, or what's
Yeah.
it called?
Yeah, I forget what it is.
Oh,
Isn't
man.
Pedro Pascal in that one?
Yeah,
too?
he's so good. It's
I like
such a-
that dude. He's cool. I never saw Last of Us, but I like him in Mandalorian. I liked him in Narcos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
his comedic chops are really shining in that movie. So in the
That's
one with
cool.
Nicolas Cage, I would watch that movie again. That's one of the few movies I've watched twice within like a 2-year time frame. Otherwise, I don't.
Wow,
I like
that's
to
cool.
wait. I like to give myself like 10 years before I watch a movie. Again.
It's funny though, or what?
It's good, dude. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
So I literally
actually,
don't even know anything about it.
Now that I think about
I just know
it,
the premise. that
That's
it's just
probably
about
one of my favorite movies
him
of the past
playing
5
himself.
years.
Really?
No, yeah. No, dude, it is so good.
Huh.
I'll watch it with you.
That's cool.
We
I
should-
need to know now,
We should watch it.
dude.
And it gives you that behind this, you kind of like that behind the curtain.
Yeah, I love that
you know.
stuff. That's awesome. That's what I liked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Disaster Artist. Those movies always just awesome to me. Dude, I've been really feeling watching the Disaster Artist again. That James Franco's so funny with
hi, Mark.
Seth Rogen. Got the
Yeah,
classics.
they did good. Give me your best. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
That was too good, dude. You studied this film.
You have too.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Mark.
Oh, hi.
I did not.
I did not hit her. I did not.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we sound insane.
Yeah. You gotta watch
I
the.
like when Seth Rogen's in that movie. He's like, "What is the accent?" Just like questioning him. He tells him he's from Louisiana.
This is a real dude. Yeah, with everything. Oh man. Now there's so much we can talk about with that movie.
That movie's a classic. Dude,
that movie's
rich.
save it for the.
Yeah, we have to watch that one. That one will probably be after our pulp. Either that or Oppenheimer. Let us know if you have an opinion. Oppenheimer or Disaster Artist. Oppenheimer's coming up on
what a freaking in the same sentence, huh?
Yeah, imagine if those two were up against each other for like picture, dude.
Wait, didn't Disaster Artist get an Oscar?
I don't know. It must have got some awards. I wasn't paying attention when that movie came out to
Harvey Weinstein or something like that, or Harvey.
What?
Howie Weinstein or something Weinstein. Those are the guys.
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau. Yeah,
Tommy Wiseau. That was his name. But yeah, I wonder if it got any awards.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that
it got Best Adapted Screenplay. It was a nominee for Best Adapted Screenplay.
I'm pretty sure. What's his name? The main dude. What's his actor's name?
Who? James Franco?
I'm pretty sure he got nominated for Best Actor.
Well, his performance was cool, but I didn't see it right now when I googled it. His performance was really interesting because that's just like so out there.
You know what was lame this year was the People's Choice Awards.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it. It's not.
I didn't even heard anything about it. What is it that even
so
for?
Lame. Like half the people you don't even know who they are. It's music. It's like the three somethings like music, TV, and film, right? So you have a few categories from each of those.
Oh, okay.
But you're not like diving into one, so it's kind of weird. Like you have like
too much going on.
Just too much going on, but
Yeah,
they
I haven't heard
honored
a thing about him.
Adam Sandler got the Icon Actor Award.
That's an interesting choice. I love Adam Sandler movies. How do you feel about him?
Oh yeah,
but I don't know about award worthy.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, he's super good in his more serious roles. Have you seen Punch Drunk Love?
No,
super good.
That's cool. I've only seen Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems is great. I like him in that. He's supposedly making another movie with one of the Safdie brothers because they like apparently aren't directing together anymore. But that's who he made Uncut Gems with. So hopefully it's that level of good. That'd be interesting.
Safdie brother. What do they do? What's another movie?
They did Uncut Gems. They did. I forget the other stuff. Good Time with Robert Pattinson. If you haven't seen that, that's fun.
Oh,
that's a fun time.
Is that in a sport movie?
No. He's playing like some kind of like drug dealing scumbag type guy, and it's just like a night of his where everything's going wrong. That type of movie. He's like running around New York City, like strung out, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's fun. It's a great time. It's called Good Time. It's called Good Time. It's a great time.
Did you ever see Spring Breakers?
Great movie, dude. Love that movie. First time I watched it, I didn't understand what was happening, and I was like, this movie is horrible.
Inspired by Riff Raff. Yeah.
And then I went back and I watched it like way later, and I was like, this is genius. So I went from like thinking it was the absolute biggest piece of trash to thinking it's just like, it's genius. There's no other word for it. It's phenomenal.
Wait, this is the one with James Franco, right?
Yeah. He has like the braids and stuff. He's like,
I think he's portraying an actual. It's based off the rapper Riff Raff.
So it looks like him. I don't know if it's necessarily intended to portray him. You think it is?
Yeah, because
Gucci Mane is in it.
Mannerisms.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he is?
Gucci Mane's in it. Yeah, at one point.
Oh, that's cool.
Before he like went to jail and he was still fat and stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, we're about to get ready for another beer, huh?
Ready for another.
I'll have another, sir. Can we have another beer?
We'll find out.
I feel so rude.
It does feel.
Wait, who are we?
Looks like I'm gonna have to get it. It's all good.
I'll just sit here. I'll
Talk to
entertain
yourself.
the audience. Oh, hi, Mart.
Oh gosh, no. I haven't.
Oh, hi, audience. You have no idea. This must sound so weird out of context. I don't know how people do like one person podcasts.
Imagine talking to yourself for so long.
Oh no! I mean, I could probably do it if it was I was like on a hike or something. You know, I didn't realize the camera on me. But do you talk to yourself?
No, not actually talking to myself.
Oh, I do. I love talking to myself.
I can't imagine. What do you say to
The
yourself?
minute I wake up, I'm just like, oh, you idiot. I'm just kidding. God. I don't self-deprecate myself. I'm good, but I just like, I don't know.
Just the most degrading comments. To yourself.
All day long. Just every second of the day. Oh, this is cool, dude.
I like this one. I've had this beer before. It's very
This
good.
is
I thought you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's from New Glory Craft Brewery. It's
Yep.
called Ubahdank.
Ubahdank.
I'm only saying it that way because it's spelled Ubahdank.
I like it.
Ubahdank.
Ooh, the blurb says the liquid in this can exemplifies what we think a classic West Coast IPA should taste like. Ooh.
Awesome. I'm excited. I love West Coast
Yeah.
IPAs. Like I said, I've had this one. There's some hops all over it. If I remember correctly, it's very hoppy. Colors are green on here. Got some trees and stuff. It's earthy, if I remember correctly. So we'll find out right now.
Don't hop till you get enough. Oh, I can't. Hold on.
Chug it.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm not in a chugging mood tonight, man.
Nah, me neither, ever. I hate chugging beer.
Yeah.
It feels like a waste.
Peep,
Take your time, dude.
Some people know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
It also, I just feel like that's also hard for your stomach. It's like, how do you do that? Okay.
Yeah, the bubble's going to screw you up, man. I feel like you shouldn't do that, you know?
I think you're absolutely correct, brother.
Now, don't forget that there's 12 ounces in your glass and 16 in the can.
Oh, shoot. I already forgot. That's what I talk to myself all day. I tell myself, what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? Oh, yes, something. And tonight it was the headphones.
Tonight it was like 90% of the...
90% of our podcast equipment.
All good. It worked out. We're still filming.
And then you have the memory of an elephant, my friend.
Not really.
Well, you remember useless things, but...
I feel like it's a relative thing, too, though. I feel like you're telling me I remember stuff just because like you don't remember stuff.
What? No, but you're talking movie titles. You're talking lines from movie. Like,
Once
you
again,
got
useless.
But for this podcast, it's very useful.
I guess so.
What would you do if I just took this cup and threw it on the ground right now? I don't know her.
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't.
Yeah, you
put it
wouldn't be
past
prepared
you.
for that. You wouldn't be prepared.
I wouldn't put it past you though. There he goes. He's finishing it off. Nice, dude.
So this is sick. New Glory. New Glory. Oh, here you go. Oh.
There you go. Got it open.
So what's new? What's good with you, man?
Oh, dude.
Side of us.
I was excited
I'll
for
go
this.
with it.
I was excited for this episode, but
And then I bummed you out because I didn't have
Nah,
our
it's all
equipment ready.
good.
Okay.
I just like I've been saying. Ooh, careful. I haven't had a harsh pour on that one. Like I've been telling you, dude, I'm really excited to get us going into some bigger movies with a lot of like talking points. Like I really enjoyed Llewyn Davis, but there's only so much you can say about it. It was good, and story was awesome. I loved, like I said, I love that whole starving artist dynamic. I thought it was beautifully shot. If you want to read more about my takes on some of the cinematography and stuff, it's not much more. It's like a 3-minute read, I believe. It was
a good read.
It's on the blog at the Flicks on Tap Instagram's link in the bio.
Link in
find-
bio.
You can find all kinds of stuff in there related to the show.
Yeah,
and I'll occasionally write a good blog post about the movies we watch.
Something I wonder is what. Well, by the way, your post was awesome. Yeah, please check out this post. Actually, I didn't read all of it, but what I read was really good. You're a good writer, dude. So it gives you a little more in depth, like on the insight on the movie.
Yeah.
Something I wonder too is if he gets any percentages of the tracks that he makes, since he's like the guy.
Dude, it's hard to
there's just
find
questions.
Apple Music doesn't have the music. I got to listen to it off YouTube. And I was listening to the music for this for the movie just to like get me in the zone today to talk about it. I had to go to YouTube. Apple Music doesn't have it. I think Spotify might have it, but I'm not sure.
What
I didn't
the
check.
heck, dude?
I was like upset about that. Apple
What?
Music does really bad with movie soundtracks for some reason. Whenever,
What?
Yeah. I think I've mentioned this before. Whenever I go to listen to a movie soundtrack on Apple Music, it's like all grayed out and it says it's not available in your area or something.
So stupid.
It's got to be some kind of copyright issue. But my
don't
hack
like
for that, for anyone who's interested, is if you go to playlists, usually if it's a bigger movie, there's someone out there who like put together a playlist of the songs. So like I'll do that for like, I like to listen to the Pulp Fiction soundtrack. So that's timely actually, because we're going to talk about that very soon. And you should start listening to that this week, dude.
Yeah, I should.
But I listen to that all the time. It's a very good soundtrack. And so I found a playlist someone made of the songs because for whatever reason,
That doesn't. It
Apple
bypasses
Music
the system.
doesn't want it. Yep. When it has the Pulp Fiction cover art, it's like, nope. But when it's like the cover art from the original artist, it's fine. I wonder if it has something to do with that.
Weird. Okay. This is good. This is a good beer.
Is it Ubahdank?
It's Ubahdank, baby.
It's good. I like this beer too. Like I said, it's just like a classic West Coast style IPA. It doesn't taste too bold. Not too many of those fruity notes that you're used to with other styles of IPA. Just a little danker, a little bit earthier.
A little danker, baby. I like that word.
Yeah.
Dank.
That was a big slang word for a bit there.
Dank. Oh, yeah, that's dank.
Yeah. The color on this
around.
one's a nice gold. Got a really nice head on it. Had some lace in, but I keep filling mine up after each sip so I don't forget and run out like Evan did that first time around. But good beer.
I'm slow sipping tonight.
It's all good, dude. Take your time, relax.
Ooh.
Good beer, good movies we've been talking about. Like I said, we're always taking recommendations for movies. But we got our first response to anything. It's Pulp Fiction. That's what we're doing next. I'm excited. That's one of my favorite movies ever. I know you said you've seen it like once.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's, an absolute classic. But I think it'd be nice because I don't really remember what I watched. So I'm excited about that. I'm a big fan. Something I haven't watched with John Travolta is Saturday Night Fever.
That's a great movie, dude. Love it. Love that movie. I wonder if that'd be a good thing to talk about on the podcast. I don't know much about it. I just know I really liked it.
Well, we'll have some, spin-off conversation with,
Yeah, with Pulp Fiction. You know what? Because there's so much to talk about when it comes to Pulp Fiction. I even started the blog post for that one already just because I had some time and I was thinking about the movie and I know so much about it. What I was saying
Good work, bro.
was that movie has so much to talk about in terms of the content of the film. So, like, normally we'll talk about the content of a film on here. However, with something like Pulp Fiction, there's so much to talk about surrounding the movie as well. You know what I mean? There's a lot of backstories.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino himself is just like someone who has hours worth of conversation about him.
Yeah.
And Pulp Fiction will be a great time to just talk. Something like Inside Llewyn Davis tonight, like I said, great movie. We can talk about it all we want. There's not that much insight into...
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the point of the movie,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a guy living his life, like you said.
Yeah, so it's just like a basic movie, but super enjoyable if you're into that type of thing.
It is relatable.
I felt like,
To an
so
extent.
as we were watching it, I don't know where you're at with this type of movie, but how do you feel about there not having been the plot? Did that confuse you at all?
You know what? I wasn't confused. No, do not yawn. I'm telling myself no. I wasn't confused necessarily until the ending when they brought it back to this beginning scene. That was a little confusing to me.
Gotcha.
But outside of that, I don't know. It was kind of straight. I mean, what do you have weird thoughts?
So I love movies like that. Like I said, Taxi Driver is one of my favorites. Doesn't have a story. Mean Street's one of my favorite. Doesn't have a story. I can probably name a couple movies where it's just like it's character driven as opposed to plot driven.
There you go.
And I love it. I think it's better. I think, and I wrote about this in my blog about this movie. I think you learn more about the character. It is like a character study. You know what I mean? It gets deep. The movie's called Inside Llewyn Davis. You get inside this guy's head. Like, you see him at his best, you see him at his worst. You see him when he's doing what he loves, which is singing and performing in front of people. But you also see him at his worst, which is snapping at an old lady who's trying to sing with him. Or heckling another old lady on stage who said, like, this is my first performance in New York. And he just starts telling her, like, show me your panties. Like, horrible. So you see him at his best, you see him at his worst. And that necessarily won't happen in a story-driven movie because the focus is what is the plot. Whereas in a movie like this, it's like, what is he going to do next?
Yeah.
Not what's going to happen to him next. So you get to really dive deep into a person that way.
And I think the listener's always wondering, is this person actually going to make it in music? Like, you're kind of like, is something.
And I love that it just ended so ambiguously.
Yeah.
It's like, we have no idea. Because he was about to quit. And then it turned out his sister threw out his pilot's license or whatever he needed to go get that job.
Oh, yeah.
And then he decided to go perform again. So does he stick to it? Does he keep performing? Did he go get a normal job?
Yeah.
Which I think is a really cool thing to investigate too. But I love it because we don't know. It was just, we saw a week in this dude's life. It was like you hung out with Llewyn Davis for a week as he did whatever he needed to do. That week's over. We don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
What's another good character-driven movie?
So the first two that come to mind automatically just Taxi Driver and Mean Streets. Nothing ever really happens. Taxi Driver, there's that whole like climax at the end where he just kills everyone. Mean Streets, nothing ever really comes to fruition in that movie either. They just a bunch of dudes who are like low-level mafia guys hanging out, doing their own thing. They owe each other money. They get into fights about it. Nothing ever really happens. But those are my two favorites. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Maybe There Will Be Blood. Kind of just follow Daniel Plainview through. But the thing is that one has like that whole theme of like greediness, capitalism, and that stuff. But if you think about it, he's at the center of it no matter what. There's not anything specific happening other than getting rich, but it goes past that. You know what I mean? So I would say it's character driven.
That's an interesting take. Yeah, because they all have theme to an extent, right? I feel like
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I mean, well, I never knew what to call it until you said character driven. I was like, what is that movie called? That style. But
what else is there? Can you think of any off the top of your head? I'm like curious now.
It's a good question. I'm sure there's a bunch, dude. What's another one?
All I know is that when I do see a movie that is shot in that manner, where nothing else is really happening, I love it.
There's
was Joker kind of character driven?
Oh, maybe.
Was there a plot there? I liked it a lot, but when I need to rewatch it. When I watched it, I wasn't paying full attention to it, to be honest. I was doing all kinds of stuff.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've watched it, but I think it definitely is character driven. That's a good example.
Maybe something like Wolf of Wall Street, where like once again similar to There Will Be Blood, where it follows his like rise and fall.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, good.
I don't know.
Leave it to you with these examples, man. Good stuff.
Pulp Fiction, or not Pulp Fiction, because that one has like the interwoven stories. Maybe something like Casino and Goodfellas, like a lot of Martin Scorsese movies actually, where he just follows people.
Yeah,
which is maybe that's what I like about him so much. Florida Project, it just follows the kids around. I'm just looking at my favorite movies list to see what I can decipher here.
Yeah.
But no, when I do see movies like that, they're just so good when they just follow the life. Maybe stuff that's like biography you could call more character driven.
Right.
Mid-90s, like once again, following that kid around, just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Nothing ever really happens.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I wonder if there's any autobiography movies, people who made a movie about themselves and started it.
You know who would do that is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. No, that's probably the closest thing we have to that, dude.
I'm curious now. That's a good point.
Yeah, he didn't direct it, but he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was signing up for. So that's funny.
That's good, dude.
I spilled beer.
That's all good. Sloppy boy.
I'm slow. I'm a sloppy slopper tonight, dude. How long have we been recording for?
Dude, I have no idea. What time is it? Let's see.
It's 8:56, so about an hour.
Just about an hour.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're awesome with figuring out our
time. For not having a lot to talk about with inside Llewyn Davis, because it's hard to talk about a movie like that. But but at the same time, I feel like there was a lot we did add. Musician, it's definitely a movie I think musicians would appreciate. You made a really good point. I like what you said about this kind of reality check of like, you know what? There's a lot of people out there for every like star there is in the music world or acting world or any part of that director.
Just any artistic thing.
There's 2,000 people who are struggling, or even more than that. 200,000. I mean,
you know what I thought was interesting is they opened the movie on him performing, right? Did you kind of have a feeling based off that opening? Because this is me, so I want to get your opinion.
Okay.
Did you kind of get the vibe that maybe he was successful already?
Yeah.
Okay. See, so that's what I think they were trying to do by opening us up with him performing in front of people.
Oh, that's interesting.
It felt like he was going to be successful, and the next scene,
beat up.
He gets beat up, and then we're like, okay, and then he wakes up on someone's couch.
Right.
So it's just like this huge reality check from him performing, doing what he loves, to the reality of his day-to-day life, and then we just follow him from there. He loses.
That's a really good point. That's a very good point. Because
I didn't remember the movie
sets you up that way.
I didn't remember it being such a downer. So I did see it a while ago, and I loved it. I remember loving it, and so I just assumed it wasn't such a downer. But it's a downer if you think about it. It's a big reality check.
It is.
I like when you said that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it makes me wonder, like, how much do you make money-wise? Like, back in the day, how does that compare?
Yeah, I was thinking about that throughout the thing.
Because he's doing folk, too, it's starting to die out a little bit at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at earlier, where I said they're at the tail end of this thing. It's the 60s. the hippie movement's about to take over. So the Stones are coming up.
Start going to rock.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
But Peter, Paul, and Mary were really big at that time. You know, I remember I was talking to my dad about it. He saw Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably in the 70s, and they were still really big in their folk.
Interesting.
So
interesting. I wonder what role just like straight up celebrity plays, because when he went to go interview or meet that Bud Grossman character, the first thing he said after he performed to him was just, "I don't see money in this." Remember? Mm-hmm. First thing he said, "I don't see money in this." So, and then he told him to do a trio. So,
yeah,
it has to do with like, I think, strategic planning and marketing.
Yeah, who's already in it, and but you made a good point too. Like, you know, who knows? Maybe his skin color and our tone of his skin had something to do with it. I mean, there's a lot you can unpack.
I forget. Does he ever say what he is? I think he said he's like half Italian at one point.
I don't know. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, I think he said that at some point. But no, yeah. So that's a reality back then in the 60s that you got to consider.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, I love the movie. It's not a huge critical success. I remember critics like it. It got nominated for 2 Oscars. Let's see if you can guess them. 2 Oscars.
Okay, best director.
Nope.
Best screenplay. Best actor.
Nope.
Best soundtrack.
Kind of. Not soundtrack.
Best score.
Nope. Sound mixing.
What?
Was one of them. Best sound mixing.
That's cool, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope so. You're a music movie. It's a bummer not to get the soundtrack, but at least you got sound mixing.
That's awesome. Dude, that's awesome. I feel like, because sound engineers, I always feel like they always get pushed to the back.
I feel like you'd enjoy that. Like doing that.
I would love, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
Part of why I like doing this podcast is, even though I'm not doing much with it, you know, I get to like pretend I'm mixing stuff.
And then guess what the other one was? The other one was one of my favorite things to talk about.
The other Oscar? Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this conversation. It's just I like how our conversations warm up. We you know, right when you think we're about to end, we get some good cues in.
I gotta start bringing up stuff like this more often. So that's on me, because
I
just forgot.
Okay.
I researched this earlier to talk about it, and I forgot about it until right now.
No, it's okay, dude.
Something I'm always talking about, dude, when it comes to movies.
Best visual, not visuals, but cinematography. Yeah.
And I think the movie, so it was just nominated, but I think it really deserved it. It was awesome. If you look at my blog post, I spoke of one specific shot that I loved.
Okay.
I put a picture of it in there because I just
it
needs to be in there. When they shoot hallways, they're very claustrophobic and they make you feel almost trapped. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never seen a hallway shot this way in a movie before. I mean, maybe I have, but it didn't stick out to me the way it did in this one. But it just was like superb. It just really felt like it matched the movie. It matched the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, it probably matched Llewyn Davis's feelings at times of him being trapped. But the picture I included is him trying to squeeze past Adam Driver's character at one point in a hallway. And the way it's shot is just insane. It's so tight, and it just feels crazy.
And Adam Driver's a big guy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. And he's holding his box of records that no one wants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, that's another thing I noticed about this
nuances.
Movie. How come all these guys have records, but they're not famous? Like, was that a thing back then? Do you know anything about that? Because Adam Driver's character, I think his name was
his records?
Cody or something like that. He had a box of records in his apartment. Llewyn Davis had a box of records that he picked up from his manager. His manager, who was like ignoring his question if his record's selling at the beginning. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then,
good memory, dude.
What's his name? Jim is recording that funny song about outer space at
Don't
Columbia.
Remember that part. How do I not remember this part?
What are you talking about? Outer space. That whole scene that we talked about at the beginning of this. Are you all right?
Oh, you're talking about Adam Driver.
Jim is like the guy who wrote that song.
Yeah, but
remember?
Yeah.
But Adam Driver's like the main guy in that scene.
No, I got you. Because I was mixing it up with the Justin Timberlake's character.
Yeah, so Jim is Justin Timberlake's character.
Oh, it is.
And he wrote that outer space song. So that's what I'm saying is, there's a scene where you see in his apartment, Adam Driver's character has a CD as an album. Llewyn Davis has his own albums, and then Jim is at Columbia recording this outer space song. Like, how come all these guys are recording albums?
I know what you're talking about.
But they're not successul.
I just had to hear it, man. I had to hear it for a second.
I think I might have jumbled that. So you're good.
Whatever you did got me tripping, bro. But I liked it. No. Yeah, no. So I think back in the day, man, that was like, because I think people think of like albums as these super vintage things that are like so expensive and all that. But I think back in the day, I don't think it probably cost a lot, but like that was their mixtape, dude. Like,
I guess. Okay,
you know
I see what you're saying. I see
like
what you're saying.
that's how you get your stuff out there. It's your.
Did you notice the other day when we were at the gym, there was those dudes that were talking, and one of them was complaining that everybody has a mixtape.
It's no way.
You didn't hear that?
You catch things that I don't catch, dude.
I was listening to them talk. There's those guys you said had good vibes. They were just like laughing and talking the other day. And I heard them say like, everybody's got a mixtape. I don't want to listen to all this stuff. And I was just like, oh,
yeah,
man,
those guys are
funny.
tight though, man.
Yeah, that was
we were
funny.
in the locker room and there was these like 4 dudes who like acted like they knew each other from like childhood and they were reunited for the first time.
It was a weird vibe.
They were dope.
Cool.
It was really, it was interesting, but it was cool. I just repeated what you said. Dude, how come I feel like our podcast is just getting started right now? I feel like
should it be a 2-hour one? No one's gonna listen to it.
We can go a little longer. We're still drinking.
Yeah, it's fine. We're finishing up our beers.
Man.
I mean, I warmed up to the movie thought. I think okay, like it's unfortunate to say when we have our technical issues, it takes me a while to warm back up.
Yeah,
it sucks.
You know what? And I'm not gonna lie. I started this podcast a little bummed because I was like, man, I messed up tonight. I didn't set us up properly.
Dude,
and
I don't know how you could feel bummed with these really cool headphones on.
I know, right? We got a butterfly unicorn. No, it's a butterfly with like a
It's made out of
jewel,
crystals, dude.
crystal.
It's a crystal butterfly.
Honestly, those are sick, dude.
They're badass.
We got
them from now on.
It was that.
I'm just kidding.
Use
I
it
said we should
from
use
now
them from now on.
It's a staple every 20 episodes.
Every 20th.
Oh man, dude. You know what, man? There's so many funny outtakes that look at our TikTok, guys, because we're gonna start having posts out. And it's going to be random stuff of just like us with like saying something like that. Like that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Like the essence of the podcast, just some random like topic of the headphones.
Here's something else I remember from the movie.
Don't
randomly?
say it. Don't you say it.
Outer
Space.
No, I was going to say John Goodman's character, who we haven't even talked about.
Oh no. Yes. He overdosed.
Dude, what the heck?
He never
was
died
happening
though,
there?
right?
We don't know.
We don't know.
I'll get to that right now. John Goodman's character, this whole scene felt like a dream. First of all, he somehow ends up in this car with John Goodman. I forget the character's name. With his valet, whose name was like Johnny 5 or something random like that.
Yeah.
And this Johnny guy's driving him, but he doesn't talk. And John Goodman wakes up like every 20 minutes and just says the most absurd douchebag stuff.
Yeah.
Like
he played it well.
We find out in this vehicle as they're driving to Chicago from New York, which I'm assuming is a long drive. What do you think?
Yeah, at least 30 minutes.
I think it's a couple hours, dude.
Something like that.
But anyways, we find out in this scene that Llewyn Davis's partner, Mike, I believe his name was, committed suicide by jumping off the George Washington Bridge. And the input from John Goodman's character is not the Brooklyn Bridge. Like, the Brooklyn Bridge is the bridge you jump off.
Yeah,
like, this bum couldn't even jump off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Right.
And then he goes back to sleep. And Llewyn Davis is just like sitting there like, yeah, okay. My best friend died, but whatever.
And then, there's a point where Llewyn Davis just like abandons him, right?
Okay, so that's what I was getting to. This whole aspect of him hanging out with these guys going to Chicago felt like such a fever dream because he randomly, Johnny 5, whatever his name is, Johnny something, gets pulled over. And for some reason...
He gets arrested.
They throw him in the cop car and they take off into the night.
Oh, dude, I forgot about this part until you brought it up.
Into the night. He's gone. And Llewyn Davis looks over. He's like, all right, I'm going to drive off, right?
Yeah.
With John Goodman knocked out in the back, as always. The keys are gone. And this dude is somewhere between New York and Chicago by himself.
Yeah. How does he get home?
And he has this cat that wasn't his neighbor's cat. It wasn't the neighbor's cat. So we're so out of chronological order at this point. He lost his neighbor's cat at one point.
Yeah.
Or no, the people who let him stay on their couch. He let their cat out.
Yep.
Lost it. Found another cat. Thought it was their cat. Gave it to them. And then the lady was like, this isn't the right cat. Where's the scrotum? Remember?
Yeah,
She's screaming,
yeah.
where's the scrotum at him? So he
Yeah.
brought home a female cat.
Ain't no scrotum on this guy.
So he ends up stuck with this cat. He goes on this journey to Chicago with the cat.
Yes, sir.
When this dude gets arrested and he can't drive, he abandons an overdosed John Goodman and a cat in the car. Just leaves them on the side of the road and goes to hitchhike.
The writing's pretty impeccable.
It is. Like, how do you come up with this?
Yeah.
This is like,
you must have some lived experiences.
that's true. Because where do you come up with this story?
Yeah.
And then some random dude picks him up and he's like, can you drive? And he's like, yeah. And the dude just trusts this total stranger and knocks out in the back seat or in the passenger seat.
Yeah. This is why dude, to be honest, I don't do this often, but I'm a fan of going to a bar by myself and it could be with a friend too, but like going there with the intention of being like, I'm going to meet some old dude who's just sitting at the bar by himself and I'm going to listen to this guy's story.
Because you go do that more often.
Yeah. We could get some good stories that way, dude.
That's a good idea. Let's do it. Write
Yeah.
movies.
Just like, hey, can I buy you beer, man? Like, tell me what's going on with you, man.
Just
What
like
was it
me.
like a nom, dude? Like, tell me. Just assume they were a nom.
The dude's like, bro, I'm 50. I don't know. I didn't go to Nam.
50 years old.
You would be the guy that totally asked some dude who's like 20 years too young what Nam was like. Just
The
offend
guy
crap
just
out of him.
absolutely hates war. He's like, I'm not.
I'm a pacifist.
Yeah, exactly. He's at that age where he's like, oh man, dude, man, that's that. Yeah.
But
Good
see,
talk.
like, just from talking about that right there, this
What?
movie was like, there's more to
We're
talk
just
about.
getting
than
warmed up right now, dude. That's
There's
the
more to
thing.
talk about than initially met the eye.
What?
I wanted to say met the eye, but that doesn't work.
Are you Transformers right now, like Transformers,
Robots
warm
in
in the sky.
disguise.
Oh, I thought it was more than meets the eye.
I thought you were gonna say. Never mind.
Whoa, bro.
I thought you were gonna say something about Mormons.
Oh, well, that too. I'm just kidding.
I don't know, bro.
I know some Mormons. Great people.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't
Yeah.
been I haven't
Don't
been a
drink
Mormon I
coffee?
dislike.
Yeah, they're always good.
That's suspicious, though.
But I do get pissed when they tell me they don't like coffee. I'm
yeah,
like,
that's suspicious.
well, it's not that they don't like it. They just never had a sip in their life. I'm like, it is suspicious. Sus, dude.
How can you go your whole life without drinking coffee?
Yeah. Whenever I meet somebody, and I know people who don't drink coffee, we know.
Immediately comes to mind. He'll probably listen to this.
It's okay if he hears it. We love you, bro. But here's the deal. A little sus, dude. Like,
A little sus.
how do you not drink coffee?
These ones
We're
were-
tired.
We didn't even mention it. Ubahdank.
We didn't just casually go back to the beer.
Ubahdank was 7.2%, while our first one from Pizza Port
Yeah.
was only 7%.
Okay.
Anybody who's been listening to the program for some time now knows we've been sticking to those 9%ers and up, which is pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like, wine is 13%. We're pretty close to drinking wine.
Yeah.
I forget what exactly
That is crazy.
classifies like mead, ale, white barley wine, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's something to do with the alcohol percent. So like at a certain point here, these beers are closer to wine than actual beer, I believe. And I'm not quite sure what the criteria is anymore. I had read about it at one point.
You lost me, man. I didn't know we were doing science tonight. Now my brain's.
How did I get scientific?
No. I mean, you're fine. It's just we're borderlining scientific exploration.
Do you teach science?
Like, oh, don't ask me that question, dude. Just in case. No,
Science
don't
is
go
hard
there.
to teach.
Oh,
That's
like,
all I'm getting at.
Yeah. It's hard to teach you. Yeah.
Because like you're saying, like, don't get scientific on me, dude. I open up the science curriculum and I'm like, I'm lost.
Oh, yeah,
I read it directly from the book,
when I teach
from
science,
the website.
yeah, when I teach science, like some kid dude, I think I mentioned this before. Some kid asked me how clouds move, and I was like,
Wind.
I should not be a teacher right now. I don't.
Wind.
Yeah,
That's what I would have said. I would have been like,
wind. Yeah.
Stop. No more questions. Listen up, dude. Did I say it was time for asking questions?
Yeah. Some bold, the audacity in you right now. That's
Why
what
would you ask that?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Shut up.
Just make him feel bad, dude.
This kid's just crying like on his walk back from lunchroom. Oh man, it's completely scarred about talking about science ever again.
Nah.
How did we go? How did we get here? How did we arrive here, man?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah. This is what happens after an hour.
I said something about barley wine, and we ended up talking about clouds.
Yeah. Like clouds?
You're cool.
All right.
Not when they rain.
Yeah, you're used to a lot of rain.
Not when liquid comes out of them.
How does that happen?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
I just know they get really sad, and so they cry. That's what I heard.
I like that answer better than like the real one.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, dude. It's about that time.
It's about that time, dude. You know that song?
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa's so beautiful. Oh, dude, she's like for sure my crush. Dude. We're not done. We're done.
Just when you thought.
You were trying to like do that casual, like, all right, let's get out of here. And,
no, that's good, dude. I'm glad you're
right back.
glad you're bringing up the hard hitting.
Dua Lipa.
The hard hitting opinions.
Dua Lipa's beautiful, dude. Man, I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
You should find a way to just like meet her before you introduce yourself or anything. Just pop it. The question.
Do I bring a ring?
Yeah, you gotta buy a nice one.
All right, but sometimes I feel like it's more effective if you do like one that's like
a ring pop,
like a ring pop,
cherry flavor,
like
watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon.
Watermelon sounds good.
Yeah, that's good. All right,
settled, dude. When's her next show in Vegas?
Oh,
we're going.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I should find out. Yeah, I'll ask her. I'll text her.
Just
let's
like
get out
you're
of here,
like
dude. Yeah.
super comfortable with her. I'll text her.
Yeah.
I'll let her know.
Dude, no, Dua Lipa's
Let her know I'm waiting.
Yeah, Dua Lipa, we go way back, dude.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. All right, dude.
We've gone too far.
Yeah, this is getting weird, but it's okay.
The land of
this is like the post credits of the movie.
Yeah, if you're still listening, you're a real one at this point.
If you're listening, I'm gonna tattoo your name on my body.
Forehead,
lower back,
lower back,
tramp stamp.
There you go. That's cool. That's
Yep.
better than forehead.
It's better. You think so?
Yeah,
All right.
it's more meaningful.
Well, you know what's also more meaningful? To always be. Oh crap!
How did you mess up the slogan, bro?
Dang it.
How did you mess up
I
the
messed
slogan?
it up in such a lame way, too,
bro,
man.
you just have to beer.
Happy.
Happy.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
I messed that up. Oh, that was a good pop.
That was a good
It's
clink.
so the key is to drink it.
All right, let's drink a little bit then.
All right.
Peace.